Hey, everybody, off the Mike Sports Network here. Another edition of Off the Top Rope. Monday was a big milestone for one of WWE's top stars. Their quarterback won, Cody Rhodes. Happy 40th birthday to the American Nightmare. That is a big milestone for Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Um, really incredible. And I talked about it here. I really don't think a lot of people are fully going to grasp the ramifications of what Cody Rhodes has done in the last 3-4 years in WWE since coming back and returning after his quest on the Indies, New Japan, and then obviously helping found and start AEW, and then obviously leaving. Now he's won 2 Royal Rumbles, King of the Ring, and obviously won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 40. But we're heading into a very interesting time, and the future outlook of Cody Rhodes, to me, is really in question as to what the direction of his character is going to be for the second half of 2025. So now let's kind of just do this here as kind of like, hey, we're celebrating Cody Rhodes here on the channel. Happy 40th birthday. But what's going to happen here is really the big question, because a big wrench in this whole thing with Cody Rhodes and John Cena is Seth Rollins is roaming around with the briefcase. But if anybody who watched Monday Night Raw on Netflix, the earlier start time, saw Seth Rollins is now interacting again with Gunther with the World Heavyweight title, and CM Punk is now getting into it with Gunther. As I've told everybody, fear not, Gunther is going to retain the championship over Goldberg at Saturday night's main event. I don't see a scenario where Seth Rollins is going to cash in and ultimately and also Seth Rollins is going to have a match with LA Knight at Saturday night's main event as well. So I don't foresee a scenario where Seth cashes in on a championship winning Goldberg. I just don't see it. Gunther should kill Goldberg as far as I'm concerned. It should not be a combat. They're doing a good job of trying to hype it up and make this match feel like a big deal. Let's be real. Goldberg's almost 60. Like there's no reason to do this other than to make Gunther look like a fucking killer. And if Goldberg could look strong and do a couple of moves early on, that's fine. But yeah. But I found this really interesting. And obviously, we go back to Night of Champions. Cody was showing some heel tendencies, and he didn't win clean. Some people say he won clean. No, Randy Orton exposed the turnbuckle, and Cody Rhodes shoved Randy Orton into the turnbuckle, and he cut kind of a semi-heel promo or pseudo-heel promo in the post-match with Byron Saxton. So I didn't think about this before Saturday, but are we heading towards a Cody and John Cena double turn at SummerSlam? Because to me, if Seth Rollins is going to be occupied going back to the World Heavyweight title, to me, Cody turning does make a lot of sense, because we're starting to see the level of aggression in terms of, and listen, if The Rock wants to come back and tie into this whole soul thing, I'm over it. But if Cody gives up his soul to The Rock after turning him down, 5 months prior, could be a good way to tie the thing up. I don't think that's going to happen. But seeing Cody's level of aggression to try and return and get that championship back, obviously seeing that people are going to be rooting for John Cena for the rest of his title run, whether he's a heel or not. So it's very possible that we could be laying the groundwork for a Cody Rhodes and John Cena double turn at SummerSlam, and Cody comes out of there as a top heel in WWE and also as the WWE Undisputed Champion. Because to me, that opens up and freshens up a lot of things in WWE. Because WWE, from a financial perspective, is operating at a good level. From a creative perspective, there's a couple of hiccups here and there that have me a little bit concerned. This whole Seth Rollins group really hasn't hit. And I'm not suggesting that Cody and Seth should link up and be a team, because that's the other thing. Cody and Seth could feud out of this too. There's a lot on the table. But the idea, I did not think of this really, even in the aftermath of WrestleMania. But then once I saw the way that they booked that match between Cody and Randy Orton, I was like, Cody hasn't looked that aggressive and that heelish really since his days in AEW, early days of AEW, because he predominantly, really since the days of AEW, he's been a babyface. He has been a white meat babyface for literally 5-6 years. For most of his time, since, obviously the New Japan and the Ring of Honor days when he left WWE as Stardust. Like that's really what Cody Rhodes has been. So here we are on his 40th birthday, right at the end of June, starting to get into the month of July, and then we're going to get to August. It's going to be really interesting to monitor how this whole, because John Cena's not going to be on television for at least a couple of weeks before the match at SummerSlam. I don't think he's coming back until after Saturday night's main event. So we'll have to see on Friday how this gets handled. SmackDown being taped really as we speak right now, or as I'm recording this. And like, listen, I was not thinking about that until Saturday at Night of Champions. And WWE made a believer out of me. And then the other subtle hint is they're floating Seth and making you misdirect because you have no idea where he's going to show up. And he had not addressed Gunther until tonight. And then obviously CM Punk interacting with Gunther as well makes that really an interesting situation as well. So does CM Punk face Gunther at SummerSlam? And is that where Seth Rollins goes? Some people may be tired of the Seth Rollins CM Punk thing, but there's that. And then that could potentially set the stage for CM Punk to potentially be a challenger for Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania as a babyface and Cody Rhodes being a heel champion. There's a lot on the table here and a lot of things and a lot of possibilities that we did not discuss really before Night of Champions. Everybody was assuming Cody was just going to get the title back. He was going to be the conquering hero. He's going to be the QB1, be the top babyface. But if you piece this thing back together the last couple of weeks, Cody has openly talked about how his babyface run is winding down. He openly talked about that with Kay Adams at Fanatics Fest. But then he has this aggressive, really really kind of bordering on tweener performance in that match against Randy Orton and beating his friend, like whether it was intentional or not. He effectively cheated to win that match. He did whatever it took. That was very, very heelish from Cody, and we hadn't seen that from him since he came back to WWE. So is there a double turn in works? I don't know, but damn sure that's going to be a fascinating situation to watch as we head towards SummerSlam and what they might do, because believe me, John Cena, mark my words on this, John Cena, no matter what the result of that match is at SummerSlam, he's going away for a while because he's only got 15 appearances left. And there's a couple of them that are already booked. There's his last match, and then there's there's SummerSlam, and there's that thing in Perth. So outside of, and then you've got a couple things that maybe will be booked ahead of this. So you're really down to 10, 11, 12 appearances left. So John Cena is probably going to, however this goes, he's probably going to turn babyface out of this whole thing. So how you get there is going to be really interesting. And if Cody turns heel, that's a very powerful moment. And, hey, if The Rock plays into it, maybe I'm willing to forgive some of that bullshit that happened at Elimination Chamber. I don't expect The Rock to be involved in this, but it's nonetheless very interesting. So happy 40th birthday, American Nightmare. I don't know what things are going to look like in about a month, but this is going to be a very interesting situation to monitor moving forward. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.